Hello everyone, and welcome to this webinar, Who's Who in Tourism. My name is Giovanna Lever and I will be your presenter. Now, this webinar is part of the webinar series that Sparrowly Group delivers under its Build Better Business program. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the various lands on which we meet and work today, and the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people participating in this session. I would like to pay my respects to elders, past, present, and emerging. Now, we welcome you to revisit the recording yourself and share it with colleagues and other business owners in your network. Now, we don't have long, so we want to make sure they're nice and short and snappy for you. And so that you can focus on the content, I'm going to turn off my video and then we'll get started. So let's break down what we'll cover today. In this session, we'll cover what is the tourism ecosystem and how do you work with it, understanding the tourism business journey, unpacking the travel distribution system, and most importantly, it's all about making it work for you as a business. So the tourism ecosystem, what on earth do I mean by that? Sounds a bit like a jungle, right? Well, it's not. But an ecosystem, by definition, is a network or systems that are interconnected. In the case of tourism, you're probably aware that there are lots of different organisations, industry bodies, and associations. So many that, it can be confusing at times. You may be left wondering who everyone is, their role, and how does it relate to you and your business? And it doesn't help that most of the time, these are usually talked about in acronyms, and you might not know what or who they are. So today, I hope to be able to simplify it as much as possible for you. The great thing about working in the tourism industry is that you are part of a much bigger network with partners that are there to support you and help grow your business. It's a powerful ecosystem that you can all work with. There are 5 key levels, and we'll talk through each one and how to work with them in more detail. So we'll start at the top. Tourism Australia is our national tourism organisation. Their lead role is to drive international visitors into Australia. We then have state tourism organisations, or STOs, and in New South Wales, for example, that is Destination New South Wales. Now, they drive visitation, international and domestic, to their state, with a goal to grow state's visitor economy and encourage regional dispersal. Next is your regional tourism organisation. Now, their role is to ensure that their region's industry and partners are enabled and supported to maximise opportunities. They support the local tourism organisations who promote their city or town and the products within them. Sometimes a local tourism organisation may be managed within council or be a separate membership model. And most importantly, there's you, tourism products and experiences. Your job is to deliver exceptional experiences for visitors. And without excellent tourism products and experiences, the work that the tourism organisations do becomes null and void. So you are so important. Each tourism organisation runs a range of different programs and works with different partners, which may include airlines and distribution partners. And connecting all parts of the ecosystem is the Australian Tourism Data Warehouse, otherwise known as ATDW. And it's the national database of tourism products and experiences. So listing on ATDW is free. In New South Wales, for example, it's also referred to as the Get Connected program. So let's break down the layers of the ecosystem down one by one. Tourism Australia. Let's look at them. They are the Australian government agency responsible for attracting international visitors to Australia, both for leisure and businesses. They run a number of programs for distribution partners, industry, and media. Their activities include advertising, PR, media programs, trade shows, consumer promotions, online communications, and consumer reach. Some of their key programs include global demand driving marketing campaigns. So currently they are running the Don't Go Small, Go Australia campaign internationally. Previously, during COVID, you may have seen their domestic campaign Holiday Here This Year, encouraging Australians to have an Australian holiday. Some of their other programs include distribution programs. So they work closely with airlines and travel companies such as Wotif.com, Webjet, and international wholesalers and travel agents like Flight Centre on cooperative marketing to drive bookings to Australia. They also train travel agents overseas on how to sell Australia through their Aussie Specialist program. Some of their other programs include media programs. So to increase coverage about Australian experiences in the media globally. So this program hosts media from consumer and trade publications, broadcast crews for television and online channels, as well as advocates and digital influencers with a strong following on social media or other platforms. So how do you work with them? Well, there's lots of different ways. So first of all, you can access research and insights on both international and domestic travellers to inform your decision-making on their corporate, and you can get that on their corporate website, tourism.australia.com. You can support campaigns like Holiday Here This Year or other campaigns that they launch by downloading the campaign toolkit, which is made ready for operators to utilise. The best way for operators to get involved with campaigns is by echoing the same message. So essentially singing from the same song sheet. You can get involved in their social programs and be social to encourage consumers to visit. Use hashtags on your socials, such as hashtag Holiday Here This Year, hashtag See Australia, or tag @Australia. You can share your stories with the PR and media team as they can promote your product via a range of PR and publicity initiatives in their weekly industry newsletter, which is called Essentials. And for new tours, accommodation and attractions, restaurant openings or events and festival announcements, make sure you send your media release to the PR team. They are always looking for new story ideas, so make sure that you share yours. You can educate travel agents through the Aussie Specialist Travel Agents Training Program. And you can also connect with the other operators at industry and business events. So check out the events calendar and register for events that are right for your business. Importantly, get to know your industry relations manager. They are your go-to person at Tourism Australia, so keep them up to date on your product or experience. And for yourself, keep up to date. Sign up for Tourism Australia Essentials newsletter, which comes out weekly, and register for Tourism Australia's industry webinar series. Now, these include information on activities and programs, as well as resources and details on available government support programs. And of course, keep your ATDW profile up to date. So state tourism organisations, otherwise known as STOs. So their role is to support the development and marketing of sustainable tourism destinations and experiences within their state. And that's to increase awareness and attract visitors. There's one for each state and territory: Destination New South Wales, South Australian Tourism Commission, Tourism and Events Queensland, Visit Victoria, Tourism Tasmania, Visit Canberra, Tourism Northern Territory, and Tourism Western Australia. So their key programs will vary from state to state, but generally speaking, they include positioning and marketing the state, both metro and regional, to domestic and international visitors, attract and secure high-value major sporting, cultural, and business events. They deliver value in partnership and cooperative programs, and they build capacity across the tourism industry through product and industry development programs. For you to work with the STO, State Tourism Organisation, most importantly, it's about leveraging their campaigns. So at the moment, there are a number of campaigns in the market for intrastate and interstate, with some now being used in the international marketplace, such as Feel New South Wales, that's Destination New South Wales, Days Like This, that's Tourism Events Queensland, and many more. For each, there are industry toolkits to be found with resources and ways to get involved as a business. There's also partner opportunities. Each state tourism organisation works differently. However, each will have a range of ways that industry can work with them. And these include such things as access to research and insights at a state level, social media promotions for sharing and leveraging PR, such as familiarisation programs for media, editorial, advertorial, and opportunities. So business events being profiled for conferencing and meetings, trade marketing, and that's about product development, distribution partnering, and trade shows. And again, ensuring that you have a current ATDW profile will mean that you have more chance to be featured and promoted by your state tourism organisation. Next up are the regional tourism organisations, or otherwise known as RTOs, who represent collective cities, towns, or localities in a region. Now, their role is, as a regional tourism, it's a vital sector of the Australian economy, and it's key to the sustainability and vibrancy of many communities. Some examples include the destination networks in New South Wales, Tourism Northeast in Victoria, and Bundaberg Regional Tourism in Queensland. The role of an RTO and its structure and funding model varies from state to state. Some are marketing organisations, others are destination managers. So it's important to note that not all regions have an RTO as well. For example, in New South Wales, the destination networks replace the RTO model and act as administrative bodies. So make sure you understand yours, its role, and how they work. And just ask the question. No matter their structure, what they do have all in common is a focus on growing the visitor economy for their region. So what do? So they're a conduit between the local tourism organisation or the local government area and the state tourism organisation. And they work closely with the local tourism organisation in identifying key operators and their products and experiences for further industry development. Some will even run destination marketing activities. So moving on in terms of local tourism organisations. So they're about strengthening local tourism businesses by liaising with the regional tourism organisation and state bodies on behalf of operators. So they may be internal to councils or external to councils operating as an industry body. So the structure of the LTO varies from destination to destination. The council still plays an important role though, regardless. Your local council can advise you regarding the building, zoning, operating, and health and safety issues that you need to consider for your business. The council may have an employee whose role is managing tourism within your local area, who can give you up-to-date knowledge and information on current issues. And they may also provide you with the contact details for the LTOs, visitor information centres, and tourism managers where they exist. So what do? They are about promoting the region on a local level with destination marketing. They look at infrastructure and product development requirements on a local level. They work closely with the operators and their products and experiences for further industry development, and they undertake and manage visitor servicing in some locations. So how do you work with them? Operators are encouraged to make contact and participate with the local regional tourism organisation in their area. And you should contact your local LTO or Visitor Information Centre, or otherwise known as a VIC, to learn more about services and benefits they offer your area. They also help with finding out about what industry development opportunities they run and get involved in them to help you and your business. They'll offer a familiar of your product for the Visitor Information Centre and tourism staff. That's a really great way for you to get your product or experience out there to the LTO. So get the Visitor Information Centre staff out there to experience it firsthand, so that when visitors come in and ask what there is to do in the area, they can talk with conviction about your business. And of course, they help with building local networks and connections. And that's something that's really important as a business for you to do. So finally, we have tourism experiences. So tourism experiences, they're all about providing experiences for visitors to create advocates and drive repeat and referral visitations. And this is you. As an operator, you have developed a product and experience that is aligned to customer segments using the research that is available from Tourism Australia, the state tourism organisations, and also the regional tourism organisations. As an operator, you create an overall visitor experience with a unique selling point and deliver marketing activities and work with distribution partners. But it's important that you're not an island. You're not alone. Working together to grow the collective pie is what it's all about. Working with each other means cooperation and collaboration, not competition. Connect with other local businesses, be proactive, and reach out to other businesses about working together. Is bundling and packaging. So what that means is by working together with other businesses, you create a more appealing visiting offer for your visitors. There's product referrals. So tell your customers where to go next, what other great experiences there are in your destination. And then there's networking, networking, networking. There are always new people to meet. So even though you might find, that you've got your people and, your close-knit network, being really open to meeting new operators and bringing them into your fold is only going to be, successful not only for your own business, but as a collective as well. And of course, there's peer-to-peer mentoring. It's a tough business as a small business. And I know as a small business owner, there's so much to do, but you're all similar, in the same boat. So share knowledge and learn from each other. Booking platforms, social marketing, help each other out. So let's move on to distribution partners. Now, working with tourism organisations and tourism businesses, there are a range of partners. Key partners that you may want to work with in your tourism business are what we call distribution partners. Another layer of the ecosystem is navigating the distribution and trade network. So distribution partners are third-party channels that businesses work with to sell their product or service. So working with travel distributors allow you to broaden your customer base far beyond the reach of your own marketing budget. There is a network of partners that you can work with to reach travellers in the international market, and this is known as the International Travel Distribution System or International Travel Trade. And it includes retail travel agents, which offer wide distribution online and in person to make bookings and buy holidays. And traditionally, retail travel agents have provided a link between the wholesaler and consumer. And then there's wholesalers. Now they're located in overseas markets and provide a link between travel agents and inbound tour operators or tourism products. Wholesalers purchase programs developed by inbound tour operators or develop their own packages and itineraries. Then there's inbound tour operators, otherwise known as ITOs, and they're based in Australia and they make all of the arrangements with Australian products on the ground. So they coordinate reservations, confirmation and payments on behalf of their overseas clients. So they are the link between Australian products and the overseas travel distributors that buy from them. And then there's other distribution partners, and they include partners such as online travel agents, otherwise known as OTAs, who specialize in online distribution and deal directly with consumers and tourism products. There are other types of distribution partners too, like visitor information centres, specialist distributors, so that might include things such as wedding planners and accessible travel organisers, and meeting and events planners. So working with distribution partners will make you more visible and accessible and help you to get new customers. Whenever you're working with distribution partners, you will pay a fee or a commission. So unlike other marketing costs, you only pay this fee when a booking is made, or what that means is you get a customer in your business. The partners you choose to work with depend on your business type, the customers you want to reach, and where you are on what we call the tourism business journey. Every tourism business is different and at a different stage on what we call the tourism business journey. So that is from being a startup or just an idea and becoming business ready and getting the idea to launch through to being an established business with a range of experiential offerings that you're, say you're actively working with the distribution system. And if it's right for your business, becoming export ready and working with the inbound or international travel distribution system. So the first step of the tourism business journey is about being business ready and having the fundamentals. And what this means is around having basic business planning, budgeting, and marketing, your business setup requirements, so your structure, your registration, your insurances, your licenses. And it's important to have a solid business foundation to build upon. At this stage, if you are needing support, you would want to go to your local council and go to their website, the state business websites, and Business Connect, Business Chambers, Digital Solutions, that is Digital Solutions Australian Small Business Advisory Service, or look at your state tourism organisation site for starting a tourism business support guidelines. So I might go through that again because I think this one's really important. So if you're at the business ready stage and you need support, you'd go to your local council websites to understand parameters around what you can and can't do with your business. You'd go to state business site, and also that's around planning, for instance, and also things like Business Connect, Business Chambers, Digital Solutions, and that is the Australian Small Business Advisory Service. And again, one more thing, you can go to your state tourism organisation site for starting a tourism business support guidelines. Then we move to tourism ready, and this is about developing the visitor experience. So here we're looking at, at this stage, your business will be understanding the customer and travel trends, understanding the tourism network and how to work with it, developing customer service strategies and having back of house processes to support experience delivery, having your marketing in place, including your own website, social media channels and listings, and working the tourism network, including the local tourism organisation, LTO, your regional tourism organisation, and also your state tourism organisation. At this stage, if you are needing support, go through your local tourism organisation, LTO, regional tourism organisation, if one exists, and state tourism organisation for support materials and advice guides. And also make sure you have an awesome Australian Tourism Data Warehouse, ATDW, profile. Then we move to distribution ready. So what does this mean? This means when your business is equipped to work with distribution partners, including online travel agents, or otherwise known as OTAs. So this is about your business being directly bookable online on your own website, first of all, having clear pricing structures in place, understanding commissions and how to build them into your pricing, understanding distributions and having the tools you need to work with them. So it is at this stage, if you need support, have a look at your state tourism organisation website for more information and training on distribution platforms. And then finally, we have export ready. And this means when your business is ready to enter the inbound distribution system. Understanding international markets and trends and making sure your experience can meet the needs of the international traveller is key at this stage, as well as knowing what global distribution partners are and how to work with them, and working in partnership with the broader tourism network. So at this stage, if you're needing support, have a look on your state tourism organisation website for more contacts on entering the inbound system. Also, the Tourism Export Toolkit is a great guide. So take a moment to think about where you are on the business journey. Now remember, everyone is different. So think about where you are at and what the next step might be for you and your business. Where do you want to go? Every business is different and there is no right or wrong. Whatever stage you are on your business journey, the tourism network provides opportunities for support and growth for your business. So how can you make the ecosystem work for you? I want you to make a plan. You want to create a simple plan, and we believe in keeping it very simple. We don't believe at all in overcomplicating it. Who has time for that as a small business? So start local with other tourism products and experiences and continue to build and grow from there. You want to keep top of mind when you communicate with people and provide partners with important updates when relevant. Now, it's important that you get to know the key contact people at each level and build that rapport and understand their role and what information they will need. For example, your local Visitor Information Centre, or VIC, needs details of tour times and costs. Media teams need story ideas and great images, and trade marketing teams need fact sheets and rate sheets. Now, relationships are a two-way street, so you should ask how you can help them. It all starts with an initial introduction, a meet and greet, a phone call, or an email. Remember, please don't be shy. Tourism is one of the friendliest industries, and it's a friendly bunch of people within the industry who genuinely want to help each other. To be truly effective, to harness the power of the network, you need to have all your materials or a toolkit prepared. Get yourself organised so that it is easy to quickly share information about your business. So you want to pull together information including brochures, fact sheets, long and short product descriptions, rate sheets, high res, so high quality imagery and video. Add key contacts to your database and send through regular product updates, media releases, or any new news. So when we say database, don't freak out that you need to have something fandangle. Just create an Excel spreadsheet and keep it up to date. Remember, you need to communicate regularly to build these relationships and to be kept top of mind for opportunities. So let's recap. We've covered quite a lot today, but with what we have covered, and I think these are really important fundamentals for your tourism business. So we've covered who's who in the tourism ecosystem. You want to start local first and build from there. We've covered who distribution partners are and why you would want to work with them, how to build relationships and network. And just remember, it all starts with one email or phone call. Don't be shy, be proactive. Resources from this webinar to help you along on your journey include the slides and recordings, as well as the Tourism Export Toolkit, which brings everything together. So we're also here to help. So as you watch this back and you've got any questions, please reach out to us. But for now, we've had a couple of questions come through. The first one is, how often should I update the STO, State Tourism Organisation? So 3 points here. To update, you want to add once that you have made the initial introduction, right? Add them to your newsletter list. Update them every quarter. This is a really good baseline. Also, for time critical things, new tours, price changes in your product, or maybe you're closing down for a period of time, you want to make sure that anything that's timely, that you let them know that it's happened, that it's happening. So we would probably want to aim for about quarterly as an absolute minimum. The second question that we've got here is, how do I know who to contact in these organisations, and how do I know it will be circulated internally? Well, it does vary from organisation to organisation. Tourism Australia, for example, have an industry development manager, and their details are in the resource that we will share with you. State tourism organisations have different contacts. You just need to pick up the phone and ask them exactly who the right person is for your business. So in New South Wales, there are product development teams that you can reach out to. And at a regional level, there are industry development teams as well. But I would start at the local tourism organisation. The local contact should be able to provide you with the contacts up the chain as well. One more question that's come through. What are some good conferences or events that I should attend? It's a good question. So if you're looking to connect with other tourism organisations, I would start by connecting with your local tourism organisation to see if they have regular networking or education events. Sometimes at these events, they have informational speakers, for example. At a regional level, there's usually a lot of symposiums or regional workshops where they have training programs for the industry. There is a really good conference every year called the Local Government Association Conference, that's specific to tourism. So look up that as well. And then finally, the Destination Australia conference that Tourism Australia put on each year is a really, really good national level event. for global travel trends, and it helps you get the big picture of travel for the future of Australia. And it's wonderful networking as well. So please feel free to get in touch anytime. If you have questions, you can email us at mentoring@sparrowly.com. We're here to help you. Thank you so much for your time in joining us. And we're looking forward to seeing how you go on your journey as a business.